Bonjour! Today we're going to learn about how to use quand and dès que avec le futur. So dès que, quand means when, right? We already kind of know that. Dès que and quand in this context is to talk about as soon as, or when something happens, as soon as something happens, all right? So just to help, all right, as soon as. Here. My marker's kind of chunky, sorry. Okay, so if the clause describes an event that will happen in the future, we're going to use quand or dès que. Okay, so let me write that for you, and then we'll go into some examples. All right, so we said if the clause describes an event that will happen, all right, in the future. So we're talking about the future. This is how you'll know when to use. Okay, then you'll use quand and dès que. All right, the key here is the will happen in the future. Okay. And this is how we'll know. Okay, so let's just make an example here. Right now, notre unité est... quel est le vocabulaire? C'est sur au bureau. Oui. All of our unit at this moment is on office and calling and using the phone and stuff like that. So let me give you an example. He will send his resume when he has time, okay? He will send his resume when he has time. Take off my paper here, hold on. Okay. So, first of all, the he will, okay, is how we know this is the future tense, right? He will send his resume, this is the future. So let's just look at this really quick, okay? We're describing an event that will happen in the future. Will happen in the future, okay? And the future here is very key, and you'll see why, because we're going to talk about if it's not in the future. Okay, so in the future, right? So here we see he will send, okay? So this is our indicator, okay? Talking in the future or when he has time, right? All right, and now we have to decide, okay, are we going to say, are we going to use quand or dès que? Okay. So, well, what do you want to say? You want to say when, right? So he's going to send it when he has time. Then we're going to say il enverra son CV, it says résumé en français, quand il aura le temps. Right, so again, you see will send. Okay, when he has time. And we're just going with our quand and our dès que, right? So quand is when or as soon as, right? So quand, okay? So when is here too. All right, so now we know he will send. I'm going to say quand. Il aura le temps. Good. All right. Let me give you an example with the we'll use dès que here. Okay, so let's do, I will post my resume as soon as I can. All right, so je posterai, right, will post immediately. Okay, we're future tense, posterai mon CV as soon as, dès que je pourrai. As soon as I can, as soon as I will be able to. So again, we look, okay, what is my key here? As soon as, all right, I know I'm going to use dès que instead of quand. And then you're just, okay, and it's in the future tense because I'm saying will. I'm going to do it as soon as I can, right? This is all future tense. Posterai, pourrai, tells me it's future. Good. Okay. Now, if the clause, this is the future, right? Now, if the clause okay, but if the clause with quand or dès que, okay, does not describe a future action. So another tense is going to be used for the verb, okay? Obviously. So we are not describing. We're not describing now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight so we can all make sure, you know, we're understanding this word. Does not describe a future action. Okay, so we're saying it will happen in the future. Now we're saying it does not describe a future action. If that's the case, this lesson's pretty obvious. If it's not the case, you're just going to use a different tense for your verb, right? So let me just give you a couple of examples. On theme, when did you do the internship? Okay, immediately we know this isn't a future tense. When did you? Did you is the past tense, so I know that this one is going to be passé composé. So I'm going to say, quand avez-vous fait le stage? D'accord? So again, we have our quand, that's our when. Did you is the avez-vous fait. Passé composé, this just tells us it's a different tense, right? Like I said, this one's pretty obvious. And the same thing with our next one. Let's do the boss talks to us as soon as she arrives. So what tense are we talking in here? Talks to us is present tense, okay? So I'm going to say la patronne nous parle dès que, as soon as, oops, désolé, because we have a, sorry, it'll be dès qu'elle arrive, because we got two vowels next to each other. Dès qu'elle arrive, okay. So we see, okay, the boss talks. She's talking to us. It's the present tense. This is any tense, right? It's not the future tense. So I'm going to use the present tense verbs. And then just depending on what we want to say, if I want to say as soon as, I use dès que. If I want to say when, right, I use quand. dès que, and then just obviously, you know, verbs next to each other, right? We want to make sure that that's fixed. Okay, awesome. That is it. It's pretty simple. Et si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez me demander si vous voulez. Merci.